I urge William Wilberforce to cease his campaigning against slavery, and I beg all vicars and bishops to stop preaching against it as well. Because of William Wilberforce's prominent Christian faith and the association of churches with the anti-slavery cause, Christianity in Britain has become associated with the anti-slavery message. This is a bad thing. Number one, we don't want the church to be known as just being against things, always being negative. We need to focus on the positives of God's grace and love. Number two, slavery is a political issue. The church should keep out of politics. Or if they must make political statements, they should confine themselves to areas where everyone already agrees. Pray for victory over Napoleon, clap for the soldiers, or whatever. Number three, church opposition to slavery is keeping people away from church. Only last week I invited a slave owner to the carol service at my church, and he said, I'm not going there, they'll just be banging on about slavery. If we want everyone to come to the carol service and hear the gospel of Jesus Christ, we need to stop talking about divisive issues like slavery. Number four, what about the slave owner who comes to church for the first time? Won't they feel judged and condemned if the preaching is about slavery? Is that what we want? Is that what it's all about? Making people feel guilty. They're already carrying a burden of guilt when they come to church. Is it our job to just add to it? Of course not. If we just keep quiet about it, eventually the person might become a Christian, and then within a year or two it might be appropriate to mention it in a pastoral context. Preaching against slavery is heartless, and anyone preaching against slavery is just showing a total lack of human empathy. Right, point number 5, money. God's work needs finance. How much will the church lose by taking a stand on a controversial issue like this and upsetting the very wealthy people who contribute the most to church finances? How much will you boost the church's income by talking about slavery? 0. How much will it cost by opposing it? Well, maybe quite a bit. Case closed. God will stop slavery in his own good time, with or without the assistance of controversial preachers. The church should focus on God's love and mercy and grace and how he helps us with our personal problems. History will not look kindly on Wilberforce and his fellow anti-slavery preachers. People will see how it just made the church look negative, judgmental and self-righteous. We can just hope and pray that Wilberforce and his associates grow in wisdom until they reach the level that I'm on and fully understand the damage that they're doing.